What's up guys, today we're in Clash Royale again, and as I promised, we're going to be showing you guys how to destroy max level 13s on ladder with low level cards and crown towers. I'll be showing you guys two replays against max level 13s that both came down to insanely close endings, and they're actually back-to-back games too. The deck that I'm actually going to be using this season is right here. It is a Mega Knight Sparky deck, which I feel in this meta is one of the best decks to run on ladder if you're under-leveled. This is because both Mega Knight and Sparky are tank killers, which is very good at stopping Elixir Golem Healer and Max RG decks. And they can be used to counter push when your opponent spams and you're up Elixir. The main win condition, though, is actually the Hog Rider. As you really need to think of the Mega Knight as the defensive card, and hardly ever do I try to build up an offensive push with it, unless my opponent is down tons of Elixir and I know they can't defend it at all. So I found this deck during, I think, Season 4 when the Executioner was super OP. But as you can probably see, the Executioner is not in this deck. That is because for me in this meta, it almost seems like every other match I'm facing up with a max level balloon, which even my Executioner, which I believe is level 11, paired with a NATO, can't even kill it before it gets one hit. So that's why I subbed in a Wizard, as it deals more damage while still doing a decent amount of splash, even though it's only level 10. Also, the original deck had Zap in it instead of Log, but around 5,000 trophies where I'm at, there's just tons of bait decks and Goblin Barrels, so I put in Log instead. Overleveled bait decks would pretty much destroy me otherwise, because zapping a max Goblin Barrel with level 11 towers is just not a good thing to do at all. There are a few downsides to using a Log, though, especially mine, which is only level 10. It can actually kill every Spear Goblin or normal Goblin, but it will not kill level 12 and 13 Princesses or Dark Goblins. So I pretty much always have to use E-Wiz to actually counter those, and sometimes I'll be able to get away with NATOing the Princess to the towers to counter it for an even trade. Yeah, but anyway, let's get into the replays now. Alright, so the first replay here we have against Hawkeye. He's actually level 12 but for towers, but every single one of his cards basically is maxed out. So it's going to be a very rough battle here. And as you can see, yep, he has level 13 Balloon. So it's exactly why we have Wizard in this deck instead of Executioner. But unfortunately he has Fireball, so that, yeah, the Balloon's going to get one hit there. Pretty bad start here, but we'll see what we can do to come back. So about this time, we're just waiting to get 10 Elixir. We know we're up because he just spammed in the beginning, so we can get away with just putting a Hog Rider down. It barely gets out a second hit right there, which it's pretty good, but we're still down tons of damage. Yeah, we actually had to go in with an E-Wiz there, because the Wizard probably would have splashed on the Sparky and on the tower at the same time there. And Sparky was just too close to the tower, so we just went with an E-Wiz to be safe here. And he'd have to answer the Sparky, and unfortunately he had, like, the hardest counter to Sparky in the game right there with an E-Wiz. So we'll have to make sure to watch out for that, make sure to play Sparky when his E-Wiz is out of cycle. So right here, we're actually up a little bit of Elixir right now, 1 or 2, and there he goes with Balloon again. So what we're going to want to do here is make sure to play a Wizard where he can't hit the tower and the Wizard. So right there, he's forced to either hit the tower or the Wizard. He chooses to go for the Wizard, very smart decision there. But we're still able to pull back the Balloon, the Tornado there, and it barely does not get a hit, but it does get the bomb to death damage, obviously. So then we're having to go in here with just a Hog Rider on its own. He spends 8 Elixir countering it. So we're able to just log that back and kill almost everything. We're still going to have to respond to the Max Wizard, though, as that would probably take our tower if we didn't, honestly. Yeah, so get a nice E-Wizard shot right there. And yeah, he uses his E-Wiz to counter, so we're free to go in with Sparky in the back. But yet again, I had to counter that with a Skarmy right there, or else E-Wiz probably would have took the tower. So right here is one of the only times you're just gonna want to go with a Mega Knight on offense. It's just when you're up lots of Elixir and you have a Sparky behind it, And, like, we knew for sure his E was out of rotation, so... And he doesn't really have a lot of counters, necessarily, to the Mega Knight. Like, the tankiest ground card he even has is a Lumberjack, and that's still mostly countered by Mega Knight, so... We had a really good opportunity there to just go in, Mega Knight at the bridge, Hog Rider behind it, and that just worked out really well for us. So now he actually arrows the E-Wiz, doesn't do anything to it, and we're in overtime right now. Tower's on to 65 HP. We were able to tornado the E-Wiz away from our push there so that it retargets onto the Skarmy instead of the Hog Rider, and the Hog Rider is able to take out the final swings there, as our tower is 65 HP with his Fireball on the way to kill it. So that was just an insane match right there. Alright, now hopping into our second and final match of the day right here. Against Richadon, max level 13 everything. He's starting off the game BMing. Probably thinking he has a pretty easy win against level 11 here, but he's going to start off with a Prince in the back. We're going to go with a Sparky in the back. We have Skarmy in hand as well, so if he zaps the Sparky, for example, then we can drop the Skarmy on the Prince after he zaps, but he doesn't have Zap in his deck. Very interesting defensive mortar placement by him there. It's not going to get really any value on anything. And, yeah, usually pretty bad players like this, like when they see a Sparky, they'll just overcommit super hard. Like, he drop archers, minions, flying machine. Yeah, so we have to answer that, though, with a Wizard and an E-Wiz. We just make sure to space them far enough apart where if he fireballs, he couldn't hit, like, the tower and both Wizards all at once. So, yeah, and one E-Wiz shot and a Wizard shot as well there on his towers. So, yeah, we pretty much have to, like, our Skarmy is not in rotation, so we just have to counter the Prince, the Mega Knight right there. -2 elixir trade, but there's really not anything else we could have done right there. Yes, now he's got split archers. He's going with a miner right here, and a late Skarmy. He's going to get, I think, 1 or 2 hits right there. Nothing too big. And now he has to answer our Skarmy right there with minions, I believe. It is going to get a tiny bit of damage, but against his level 13 towers, it's really just not even going to scrape the surface of it. So, yeah, that was just bad right there. Drop a Wizard down, minions still get hits. I don't really play Wizard that often, like, at all, until probably, honestly, a couple of days ago, and I subbed in for Executioner, just for how many balloon decks we were facing. So, yeah, I'm not that good on knowing all the placements like that, so anyway, that was pretty solid defense right there. The only thing I could have really done better to prevent that flying machine damage is place my Sparky actually like in front of my tower so that the flying machine would lock onto it. But we had Tornado anyway, so it only got like 1 or 2 flying machine hits, so not the end of the world. Let's drop an E-Wiz on that right there, counter it super easy. And he's going to go with a miner again. We do tank 1 miner hit with a Skarmy, but we didn't place it that well. We didn't predict it, so... But luckily the Sparky was able to go in there and get a shot off on it and full kill it. So we're able to send a Hog Rider on there, gets a few hits. He's still at a pretty big lead there, about 700 damage or so. And right there, we could not get the E-Wiz down in time, so we had to go with a Mega Knight instead. But that does give us a lot of counter push potential now. But yeah, he's able to pretty easily clean it up with just archers and a mortar right there. And now, yeah, he's really pulling ahead right now with about 1,000 damage lead. And yeah, max level archers are just really annoying to deal with. Like, they probably did like 600 damage right there after we tornadoed them. Like, if we would have left him alone, that tower probably would have been down to, like, 1,400 or 1,500 damage, honestly. So, now we got an E-Wiz Mega Knight going down to counter push, but unfortunately he has a P.E.K.K.A right there. But, yeah, he's just going to drop a Goblin Gang at the bridge. Easy log right there, +1 elixir for us. So then he's going to go for a Prince and Miner, super aggressive. He keeps spamming, which is really going to be his downfall here. Yeah, he spams another mortar at the bridge. Nah, we got a Sparky. I'm pretty sure he has to. Yeah, he had to answer that with archers right there. And then so now we got Ewiz and Wizard, Hog Rider as well, going in there to his right side tower. And right here, we're actually making a pretty interesting play. We drop another Wizard to tank for the flying machine, because they all get hits. Every single one of the Wizards is going to get a hit right there. So it's actually a pretty good play. Because he was down a lot of elixir, we knew we could just overwhelm him there with stacking Wizards, since he doesn't have like a fireball or anything in his deck, so there's really nothing he could have done there, especially since he was overspinning on the other lane. And then, yeah, we just send in a Hog Rider with a Prelog last second, and there you go, win with 99 HP in our tower. So yeah, very good games right there. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed those 2 super close games and learned some tips to defeat overleveled players. So if you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, as I will be uploading more of these types of videos very soon. See ya.